Warning. Now exiting the safe area.
After Abel's, the cleaners are really gonna start hating you.
People are finally getting some backbone and fighting back.
Agent, when you have a minute. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but I think we've got something. Thanks to you, we have mapped the genetic drift on green poison. Plus, I have ID'd all the aftermarket DNA Amherst bolted onto it. And thanks to those samples you picked up from the survivors, I was able to harvest antibodies against our friendly neighborhood superbug, and that let me lay out a roadmap for a vaccine. Here. Take a look. Normally, I'd take point on the team developing that, but they're a little better equipped to handle it in Ann Arbor. And me? Well, I'm stuck here with you. Which is fine. God knows there's plenty left for me to do here. And with Chernenko and maybe Amher still out there, all it would take is one psycho asking the right questions. Tell me we're not gonna see that. Please.
Dr. Campbell, you're needed in the recovery ward. Dr. Campbell.
Still lots for me to do. Hey. You know we can't survive this again. So please. Good luck, okay?
Have a good one.
You've done some impressive work, Agent. The only thing that's made being stuck in here bearable is knowing that you were out there doing the job that I can't. The city's starting to pick itself up off the pavement. You can see it in people's eyes. They're finally starting to think about something besides dying. They don't even know the worst is still out there. Colonel Bliss's boys have proven more resilient than a swarm of cockroaches. You've hurt them, but they've still got the resources to terrorize this city on a massive scale. They've fortified the United Nations complex, and they've got Chernenko, the Russian virologist that Amherst was working with. Now they're holding him prisoner there. Fascists in the seat of international peace and security. Funny guy, that Bliss. At this point, it's clear the LMB was involved with whatever happened to the first wave, and we know now that at least one agent was actively working with Bliss. We thought the Last Man Battalion was scary enough, but if they've got access to Division Tech or Intel, they could completely destroy everything we've been working toward. Hey. We both know what needs to happen now. You need to find a way into the UN and deal with Bliss once and for all. It's not fair to put this all on you, but Fair died weeks ago. Go get him, Agent.
If we're gonna reclaim the UN from those LMB types, step one is getting you past those guns and inside the wall. My people will draw the sentry's attention, mainly by shooting at them. That should buy you enough time to use breaching charges and cut your way inside.
I hear we've intercepted some of Bliss's comm. Good soldier, charge.
Everything's prepped and ready. We just need you to punch the clock.
Clear the south gate and we'll begin the assault.
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
Best of luck out there.
There's access to the tunnels beneath the UN close by. Once in the tunnels, you'll find the breach site 200 yards north. Leave the JTF squad and go.
Target location reached. Deploy explosives. Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position. Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position. Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position. Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
We're getting chewed up pretty bad out here.
This is taking too long.
We need those turrets turned around and the main gate open, now!
I see another tango! We can take them! Heads up! Throwing flashbang! Take their position! Tango's out of cover. He's hit! Ain't going nowhere!
Don't worry about the courtyard. The JTF can hold it. Take point at the General Assembly.
Bliss is your target. Take him down fast.
I got a clear shot.
Bliss is your primary objective, but we believe Keener and the Russian are still in the building as well. I've tasked JTF squads to search for them, but if you see them, don't hesitate.
Bliss, the LMB, they're over. I'm getting our immunologist out of here. Engage the division personnel on site and muddy up their tactical read. We'll rendezvous later.
Sir. Sir? You'd better hear this. Bliss just broke radio silence. We're trying to track him. Patching you through.
Flying son of a bitch, Aaron Keener put a knife in our backs. Anyone not on the wall needs to be hunting that traitor and his Russian playmate down. They are not to leave the compound alive. Am I understood?
There is no wall, sir. JTF forces are in the building. Your helo is prepped and you need to evacuate now.
Mother! Right! I'm coming up.
Got it. The General Assembly Chamber. Go!
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
Sir, we've got eyes on a helo over the main building.
That's gotta be Bliss. Fuck! We missed. Agent, we whipped on Bliss, but his command staff might still be in the General Assembly. Head that way and engage!
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
Okay, now, we still have LMB in the building. I need you to...
Sorry to cut in, Captain. Agent, this room contains any intel the LMB has on Manhattan. Find a terminal and download everything. We don't know what we don't know.
Lady's got a point. Better do that.
Warning. Incoming hostiles.
of interesting data here. Looks like the LMB had eyes on everyone. There's something weird here. I'll get Rhodes on analysis right away.
The remaining LMB troops are breaking. It's all over but the shouting, so link up with our people in the courtyard, we'll see where we go from there.
We're still going room to room, but the last LMB effectives are giving up. We've secured UN HQ. It's a damn shame about Bliss. Last eyes we had on his bird, he was going half-assed and full blast heading due south. Probably gonna go to ground. Sir! Well, I'll be goddamned. We got a hostile bird over the courtyard. Get to cover now!
Soldiers of the Last Man Battalion, this is your commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Bliss. And I tell you, we will not fall this day. We are soldiers. We have survived the virus and brought order to the streets. And we are not going to go down to a bunch of ragtag volunteers who think they know how to fight. Regroup and assault the enemy position. We're taking this place back, and we will fight to the last man.
Agent, I've got reinforcements incoming. Keep them under pressure and stay sharp. Knock that arrogant fuck out of the sky. Careful, Agent. We still don't know what this thing's capable of. That helo took out the master turret controls. But if you can get to each turret, you should be able to realign the men. Put some heat on this bastard. Take cover, now! Now! Heads up, you've got ground troops incoming. LMB reinforcements. Watch your back down there.
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
Jesus!
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
Got those reinforcements. Stay on them, Agent. Hold on, you got him! Put that asshole in the ground!
Thanks for your help, Dan. Yeah, nice shooting there.
How about that, Agent? You just killed the CEO of the last organized threat to Manhattan. Wasn't easy, and we lost a lot of good people, but you broke the LMB's back. Nobody's gonna be sweeping neighborhoods telling people join or die at gunpoint. Not without Bliss running the show. Still gonna be squads of them out there, but without the big man, we can handle them every day and twice on Sunday. Agent, we got a call from the commander of the Secure Quarantine Center over in the Tenderloin. It's where the JTF screens civilians for access to Camp Hudson and to work with the relief effort. We got 80 people housed there. He needs some help when you get a chance.
I'm what you got.
Agent, I need you to check in with Commander Hector at the Secure Quarantine Center in the Tenderloin. We got 80 civilians in there, but one of them's missing. Looks like they were building an IED. I could use your eyes on the investigation.
Captain Benitez. Shit, we found an IED. It's in a sub-basement, some tunnel. We think it's how she got out.
Attention. Only patients diagnosed with dollar.
Oh, shit. I think this thing's gonna...
Agent! Agent, are you okay? Agent! Get anyone you can out of the building!
contact with others while waiting.
Jesus! No!
No life signs detected.
Oh God, we had 80 people in there. Holy Christ. Quarantine center, you have Rikers incoming! I'm seeing a gang of Rikers well armed, coming right at you! This is no goddamn coincidence. Watch your back out there.
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming. Alert. Additional hostiles inbound.
Attention. To prepare for check-in, please have any forms of identification out and ready. If you do not have acceptable identification, please let your admitting officer know immediately.
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
Rikers! Time to break out the new toys! Agent, we need to get a handle on what the hell's going on. See if you can find anything on any of those Rikers.
Glad you had our back.
Analyzing smartphone data. GPS data identified.
Fucking smartphones. Even though you can't make calls, a lot of people still carry them around. Road's got a lot of cell towers back online. Maybe there's something useful here. Get that phone back to the base of operations, Agent. Maybe Rhodes can dig something useful out of it. He's been putting together a rig for tactical intel analysis. It's about time we use it. Damn it. We've been hitting the Rikers pretty hard and the other factions, too. I knew one of them would hit back at us. I thought we'd see them coming.
Ты добрая душа.
Hey! Have you seen Mike?
I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm a survivor. Don't screw with me.
Careful! A bunch of hard cases headed
You holding
that
up
way.
okay?
You are a safe area.
I hear they finally put the fires out at Passway.
Wish I could get out there myself.
Hi, nice to see you.
Agent, before we pulled out of the dark zone, the brass airdropped in some shade tech stations to coordinate local ops. Thing is, those tactical sites are still in there, sitting on all sorts of intel. We want it back, and so does every rogue agent in the city. We need you to get a team together and download whatever you can from those stations before someone else does.
Lots of dead things around here, so Prince got some good company. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, moving on to one of my least favorite subjects.
Agent, good. Report to the Tactical Operations Center. Rhodes has been fitting up.
Agent, so this is the TOC, the Tactical Operations Center. I figured we could use a spot away from all the civs we got upstairs to plan and stage operations. Every intel feed we got, I patched into the system down here and put together the bandwidth to analyze the raw data. If there's any tactical intel to squeeze from this shit, I'll find it. Speaking of which, bring that smartphone over to the ops panel. This is the operations panel. Nice and shiny. Helps plan our next priorities. That smartphone you picked up off of that Riker, there's a GPS fragment on here. So now we know where they came from. And it's no surprise that vermin like the sewers. Good thing about having the base of operations here is we got a massive rail network right beneath our feet. I finally got a couple of cars operational, and that's how you're gonna get around. Nice work on my part, if I do say so myself.
You're nearing the Riker's location, Agent. Getting out of comms range. The deeper you go, the harder time I'll have keeping track of you. Good luck in there.
Well, we split up a few hours ago. Couldn't have lasted like that. squabbling like little bitches. It was pathetic. Marty explained how the compass works, so it makes sense to me now. But the other guys wanted to head north and head up to Queens. Marty and Jesse and me, we're heading to Brooklyn. We don't need those assholes anyway. They're just slowing us down. We've covered a lot of ground. Might not know exactly where we are, but I gotta believe we're almost there. Because the rats are starting to look pretty tasty, and that ain't good.
Dropped a score near here.
Alert. Now detecting hostiles.
But I got a rep.
Jamming device active. Now leaving affected area. Jamming device active.
Ain't much of a challenge. Go for it.
Jamming device disabled. Area secure. Detected.
Fuck, he's dead. Let me the clean shot.
Area secure. Alarm disabled.
The end is nigh. Clever.
I was here when we moved in. Are these the goods?
All yours. Don't start the party until you hear a real big bang.
You smell like division. What's your con?
Sounds like you don't trust me.
Fuck no, I don't trust you. But I like what you're offering. I just know there's no such thing as a free lunch.
No catch. It's just that it's a whole new world now, and we all have to make new friends. Have fun with those.
Alert. Detecting hostiles.
Sick of the fucking whiners.
Object located. Warning. Incoming hostiles. Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
Now's our chance.
Agent, you copy? You gotta be near an exit because your signal's clearing up. Whatever you found down there, we need it back at the TOC ASAP.
Got those Rikers? All in a day's work, am I right? I'll talk to Faye about getting a team to get those weapons now that you... Well, if I'm reading this data right, and I always fucking do, we're in a world of shit. There's more people moving around beneath Manhattan than I thought possible. They're worse than roaches. We need you back out there gathering more intel. The TOC is at your disposal, Agent. The way I see it, we need more tactical intel. Can't make bricks without clay and all that shit. Everything you learn and every threat you deal with down there is gonna make us safer.
Agent, the intel you gathered is pretty fucking illuminating. Got a lot of people hiding down in all those tunnels, thinking nobody's gonna find them. And they got a lot of secrets, just like you division types. But if you keep getting me info, they'll figure it out in the end.
So let's hit it hard right here, okay?
Hey, you see something you like? I guess that's no sale.
I don't even know what to say.
Readings indicate an echo nearby.
Well, here I am, Aaron Keener, the First Wave's prodigal son. Normally I'd do this face-to-face, but I'm not 100% sure which way you'll jump. You act one way when Ms. Lau is watching, and another way entirely when you're off the leash. That's an interesting contradiction. You see, I think that deep down, you get it. You know, the old rules, laws, governments, those things died on Black Friday. But the feral PMCs, the convicts, the ones smart enough and good enough to take what they need, they'll survive. Me? I'm gonna prosper. Oh, you could too, but you took an oath, right? You got a duty. Those are both ways of saying that your conscience is fucking you. You ask yourself, who has earned a right to tell you what to do? Do you know how many agents died to hold the Dark Zone just for the brass to give up and put a wall around it? You don't believe me? You should check the place out for yourself. But the people you're working for, they're irrelevant now. Amherst changed how the game is played, and I have got the vision to win. I got Chernenko, I got a DNA printer, and a very interesting recipe book. I'm gonna write my own rules. You should think about getting in on this thing. I'll be seeing you.
Agent, the information you found in that lab was the crown jewel. I think we can break this thing now. But we've got some more information. A voice from the grave. Listen to what Amherst has to say.
What you're looking at is the smallpox virus, one of the deadliest pathogens on the planet. For centuries, it did a wonderful job of helping keep the human population in check. But times change, and sometimes Mother Nature needs a hand in improving her creations. Like, say, speeding them up a little bit, making them contagious when they should be quietly incubating in a host, or making them more lethal. I didn't come up with the approach on my own. My friend Vitaly is one of the pioneers in the field, and the idea has been around for years. Genome as data. You see, once we digitized DNA, we made it infinitely mutable. We could do 1,000 virtual variations in the time it used to take to grow a 1 lab-grade generation of pathogens. And we could pick the best, most lethal combinations and make them real. That's how you make a killer virus, you see. Mix in genetic code from other diseases, and you move the sliders all the way up on lethality and virulence. The goal was a 90% mortality rate. I'm not sure my green poison is going to quite hit that, but honestly, that's just details. As long as most of humanity goes, the Earth stands a fighting chance. Technically, technology is what's killing the planet. But that's not really the case. It's the greed that drives the technology. But a funny thing happened on the way to $100 genome maps and 3D printed plastic toys. Someone figured out those technologies could be repurposed, modified for the greater good. Me. Now, my virus is going to do what nature's always done. Decide who lives and who dies. And if nature decides I die, then I die. If nothing else, I'll have a lot of company. Natural selection at its finest, helped along by a little unnatural genetic manipulation. It's all data, really. Life's just a method of processing it. The same way I processed the smallpox genome on my laptop. And who's to say that wasn't the plan all along? If, by some miracle, you survive green poison, then nature's decided you deserve to live. The rest of us shouldn't and won't. Godspeed. I'll see you in hell.